Hi guys, welcome to Presume Legal. I'm Misha Janice. I'm an entrepreneur and attorney licensed in New York and Florida. So the Courtney Clenney case has gotten a lot of media attention over the past 2 years. This is a case out of South Florida. So it's of particular interest to me because I live here and there are so many issues around this case. If you're unfamiliar with what it's about in this video, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of the facts of the case, of recent developments, and everything that's going on. It's a bit of a cluster already because of the nature of the underlying facts and the now 3 pending cases that are being litigated and the wild allegations that have been thrown around. This is the story of a toxic romantic relationship involving a conventionally beautiful OnlyFans model that ended in the death of her boyfriend in their luxury high-rise apartment in Miami. On April 3rd, 2022, Miami police officers arrived at the luxury building home to Courtney Clenney and Christian Obumseli after receiving a report of a man stabbed there.
Operator Joe, today is the address of your emergency. City man, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am.
So my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address?
3131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
512-745-3582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, you can sit down.
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yes, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Rescue, this is PD Physician Juliet. The caller, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advice the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue. The phone number is verified. The caller advised that her boyfriend has a stab wound. Okay, is this a house, apartment, or a business?
Listen, please, God, please, please, God,
Listen, ma'am. Listen, I'm sending help. I need you to tell me exactly what happened. I'm sending help. How old is he? Ma'am, how old is he? Is he awake? Hello? Hello? PD, are you still on the line? Yes, we're still on the line. She didn't provide a room number or anything. No, did she tell you where he was stabbed at? She said he was stabbed on his shoulder. Okay. Do you know if there's more than one wound? No, she didn't say. She just kept screaming on the line saying that he was dying, that he needed help, and she kept apologizing. But we do have a call at that same address in reference to a fight that happened. The room number could possibly be 2201 because we already have a call that 2 people are fighting inside of that room. So they're possibly related. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give her a call back, but we do have rescue on the way, okay? Okay, thank you. And is PD responding on the 3? Yes, we're responding on the 3. Alrighty, thank you. You're welcome.
When they arrived at the scene, police found the 27-year-old male victim. Christian was taken to the local hospital, but he was later pronounced dead. Police held Courtney at the scene of the crime, and she was later taken in for a mental health evaluation. She insisted at the time that she had stabbed Christian as an act of self-defense. Miami police released her without any charges, ostensibly believing her story. Now, while Clenney was initially cleared by the Miami PD after telling them the self-defense story, she was later arrested after Christian, the victim, his family hired an attorney to pressure authorities to continue the investigation. See, they knew the nature of their relationship, and they just knew that it couldn't have been an open and shut case of self-defense. Without that continued pressure from the family, it's unclear whether the DA would have even further investigated the facts of the case. 4 months passed before Courtney was ultimately arrested for Christian's death. Courtney, who at the time of the stabbing was 26 years old, she was from Texas and had started in the arts and entertainment industry at a young age, taking part in dance and theater and singing lessons. In her late teens, she started getting small roles in films and commercials, and as a young adult, she began growing a social media following on Instagram. She was Insta famous, I believe. Her content started with fitness, vlog type videos, and she transitioned onto the OnlyFans platform. She did very well for herself, claiming to have made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
I'm Courtney Taylor, and I do OF for a living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify. I only date rich black guys.
Rich black guys. There we go. And so you're toxic.
Yeah.
You can tell she like black guys. It's like, especially black guys. For all you watching, I'm with it. Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive. Pretty well, yeah, in the bedroom.
Yes.
But like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
So you only want them to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want them to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it. Yes.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships. Be careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like
exactly. Sweet toxicity.
Tell me.
How much do you make a month?
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year.
Multiple six.
Yeah.
Now, despite the outward appearance of the perfect life, however, Courtney was battling demons. She was struggling with substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, and all that lifestyle entails. She caught charges twice for DUI, the first time in 2015, when she was sentenced to 3 days in jail, and the second time in 2021, when she blew a 0.3 blood alcohol level, which was more than 3 times the legal limit. So desperate for a change in her life, what did Courtney do? Did she have a baby? No. Thankfully. She moved to Florida, of course, and nowhere but the tropical haven of Miami. Actually, it was both she and her boyfriend, Christian, that relocated to Florida. Christian and Courtney had started dating in 2020. He was a cryptocurrency investor, and their relationship was tumultuous from the very start. The security and building staff at the luxury Miami apartment building where they lived, they documented several instances of loud arguments between the couple, and they received a lot of noise complaints from residents, both above and below their apartment. In fact, things were getting so bad that the landlord actually filed an eviction case only 3 months after the couple moved in. Things had been bad with the couple. I mean, as toxic can get. Examples. Take for example the time that Courtney was arrested in Las Vegas in July 2021 for alleged DV against Christian after they were arguing and she threw a glass, allegedly, that nearly missed his head. That case was dropped. But there was another incident in October 2021 where Courtney allegedly stabbed Christian's leg with a knife. And 3 months later, in January 2022, there was another incident where Christian was allegedly stabbed again by Courtney on his face. Why, Christian? Why were you still with Courtney? I have no clue, but he must have suspected that things were not going to change and probably get even worse because he started documenting the erratic and violent behavior. He started recording their fights and his injuries on his phone. I read reports that the couple actually broke up at the end of March, but somehow they were back together in the beginning of April, and the volatility picked up right where it left off. Police were called to their Miami apartment building the day before the fatal stabbing. Body-worn video shows Courtney speaking with officers saying she wanted a restraining order against Christian. And also recorded was a building security guard saying Christian was observed charging towards Courtney. So there was never a resolution to that event, and certainly no restraining order was issued because by the end of the following day, only one of them was alive. Courtney told investigators that Christian pushed and threw her to the floor during a violent confrontation, and that she grabbed a knife, a kitchen knife, and threw it at him from 10 feet away. The medical examiner said that the wound, Christian's wound, was caused by a downward stroke into Christian's chest, and it couldn't have been caused by a knife thrown from 10 feet away. The knife penetrated Christian's right chest, causing him to bleed out. Remember how I told you that Christian had started recording some of his interactions with Courtney? Well, investigators released and have been releasing quite a bit of evidence after Christian's death showing Courtney's violence, threats, and assaults against Christian in the months prior to his passing. There were pictures of Christian's face sliced open, text messages between the couple discussing an alleged stabbing of Christian's leg by Courtney, and a video where Courtney is calling Christian derogatory racial names and threatening to physically assault him.
You know, like I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. Like, but you're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Come on.
Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me. Like, I can't even, like, I'll start to hit me. Like, you on me.
You don't want to hit me.
Christian, he saw me, and I know he's looking. I'm like, fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up that you treat me.
Courtney,
Yes, I'm not mad at you.
you let Moana say some whine that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything. You did.
Hey, let's go to Moana right now. Let's pull up her.
No. I'm just thinking here to see.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
You dare me.
Yeah, you dare me? Keep saying
You do it.
Then stop saying anything.
Do it.
Then stop saying anything. Then stop saying anything.
I'll
Come on.
let me get my.
Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her
Do
breast
you see
yesterday?
how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I.
You did. I didn't say touching.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as. I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do. He's like out of this house because of you.
You let Moana say some whine at.
No, because of you. Flirting with like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe
You
it didn't
and you?
matter.
You
It was
and you?
Milan.
Milan? I was flirting with Milan?
And she said, hey, come get your mans. She's trying to come home with me.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. She said, come get your man that I was trying to hit on Milan. Come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't make sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
It's fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You'll never see me
Hopefully,
again. You are the most
good bitch. Shut up.
ever met in my
Hopefully,
life.
you are.
You corny.
Dude, get the out of here. This isn't even your house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. You're like, you're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of
Just
here.
like your
I
boyfriend?
can actually get like down if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out. No, that's not gonna be the next time. Get the
Stop
Get
touching
out.
me. Don't touch me again.
good thing. Get out, bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
You never loved me. The way you talk, the way that you treated like girls, the way you embarrassed me. I don't want anything to do
I
with you.
embarrassed you yesterday. You're really just self-conscious. You always talk about, oh, Christian, you like this. I say, what did I tell you before? You're the baddest person in this bitch. No one has anything on you. I tell you this every day. I have text messages that you say, Christian, thank you for the content.
Shut up! But you don't do it the next day!
Why are you screaming? There's people in this house.
Get out, for real. I never want to see you again.
Cool.
And then there was the famous elevator video showing Courtney pulling Christian's hair, slapping and punching him over and over in the elevator in the building where they lived. Despite all the evidence that's been released that seems to paint Courtney as the consistent physical abuser in the relationship, Courtney's criminal defense attorneys have maintained that she acted solely in self-defense in killing Christian. In fact, they've gone so far as to state Christian, quote, was the abuser, the worst kind of abuser. He would manipulate and abuse Courtney in private when he thought nobody was around, close quote. Counsel also further insinuated that Christian committed domestic violence and human trafficked Courtney. Wild accusations against someone who can't defend himself because he is no longer with us. So where does that leave us? Well, Courtney is in jail in Miami awaiting her trial. A judge denied Clenney's bond in a December 2022 hearing after prosecutors argued the money she earned from her OnlyFans account made her a flight risk because in 2020 and 2021 combined, Courtney allegedly made nearly $3 million from OnlyFans. Christian's family has sued Courtney, the building, and its management in civil court for wrongful death. And just a week or so ago, a third prosecution was started in this case for actions taken by Courtney and her parents in the aftermath of Christian's death. So there are two criminal cases, the first against Courtney for second-degree murder. The second criminal case is against Courtney, her mom, and her dad for computer crimes. That case basically alleged that they all hacked into Christian's laptop after he passed without permission from him, obviously, or from his estate. That arrest warrant will be the subject of a separate video. There's so much going on with this case. I think will be incredibly fascinating to see it play out. Not only are there the legal questions of self-defense and negligence and ownership of possessions and attorney-client communications, but there's all the surrounding ancillary issues. For example, defense counsel has been unusually vocal, making unsubstantiated claims about the victim and working with TMZ to create a documentary about the case. It's not typical for defense counsel to play to the media in the way that they have been in a pending case. In last week's court hearing, the state requested a court order preventing defense counsel from making inflammatory public statements. They didn't ask for a gag order, but the state basically said, hey, we don't care that counsel is talking so much because it's alerting us to additional evidence that we can use in our case against the defendant. But the problem is the defense counsel is taking cheap shots at the victim. The cheap shots cross the line of civility, they cross the line of professionalism, and they're unnecessary to support the defense of their client. Defense counsel argued that they have to be allowed to respond to evidence that the state is releasing under sunshine laws, and they have to vigorously defend their client, Courtney. Another brewing issue is in the computer crimes prosecution, where the parents and Courtney's defense team were all in a WhatsApp group chat discussing how to gain access to Christian's laptop that was still in the apartment. There's no attorney-client confidentiality involved here because the parents were never clients of Courtney's defense team. So will the defense counsel have to testify in that case to account for their actions in helping others, the parents, access that laptop? Good question. We'll see. There's a bunch of information already in these cases, and there's no end in sight at the moment. This is yet another tragic case that could have been prevented if different choices had been made. 2 young people's lives completely changed and one gone. And for what? If you want to go on some deep dives with me into the allegations, the facts, the complaints, and all the surrounding issues, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let me know your initial impressions about this case in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until the next drop, peace.